Oh my god.
Holy shit!
What's up, dude?
I don't really know how this happened.
Oh my god!
I didn't get mugged on the way over though.
Damn,
It's a lot of hardware. You had to carry it in on a stick like a homeless guy traveling from town to town.
he's like Joe Son with the
I'm a
with the
weary
cross.
soldier.
Was that his belt? Or they just gave you a new one?
No, that was his belt.
You have to give it away?
Yeah, he had to give it up. I thought that
You
was
can't
funny.
keep his belt?
That was messed up, right?
West Coast, you guys need to make Huckabee a belt.
Come on,
a
man.
bullshit.
You guys had
Nice
5,000 people
You
there.
win the belt, you get to keep the belt. You make
How long-
another one.
Yeah.
for the new champion.
It feels weird. I don't like carrying it around, breaking it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's the coolest, so let's just check this one out.
Yeah.
Which
what's up
one's
with
that?
this one?
This is like an extra special belt that Feely got when he won at a big fight.
So is that Feely's belt?
No, this one's mine. I won it because the guy that organizes this it's such a big, it's like a super fight. He throws in another title, which is the ISCF, and it's got the old school jits guy like Gracie won, UFC won with like Royce Gracie style and MMA guy. It's just pretty cool, old school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for it's a super fight belt kind of.
Yeah, this guy's name's Steve, and he has all these different organizations and promotional brands that they do. So that's the big one. The white leather too. Matt Major was talking about white leather. So
White leather's pretty badass.
yeah, you can't go wrong with the white leather.
So how many belts you got now?
Well, I got 6 right here.
Yeah, take us through these belts.
All right, should we do
And
the
all
whole-
these belts are still undisputed, huh?
No,
Yeah,
never
the
lost.
18-0 outside the UFC, starting back here with Cage Combat in 2007, and then going with the Tachi Palace, one of these Tachi Palaces at 170, 2009, I think.
I love the Tachi belt. That's the same guys who made the WC belt. It's like the
It's
same
beautiful,
kind of design.
beautiful. And then going on to 2014, post UFC, got the middleweight belt, and then all 3 belts this month were Tachi Palace 185 belt,
Which
and
was like 4 weeks ago.
3 weeks and 2 days before this fight. So yeah, almost 4 weeks ago now. It would be 4 weeks on Thursday. Step up 2 weight classes and win the double down with the West Coast heavyweight title.
So
And
West Coast needs to send you the 205-pound belt, just on
and then
principle.
The ISCF title. Yeah, they just.
Is there a 205 champion?
I believe it's Anthony Ruiz.
They should just send you the 205 belt.
I mean, you need to go again. I think we need. Is that the next fight? Unless the UFC calls or what?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to get that Bellator fight with
Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz, but I just got in cricket so far. So
BJ
maybe-
Penn had an article about it. He got a lot of play.
Did it? Yeah, so we
Yeah.
need to go on Twitter and find
Dude,
him.
he don't like that's. He don't want to fight you.
unlikely, right?
He don't want to fight you,
Yeah.
man.
I don't know that anybody wants to fight me.
No,
Nobody does.
dude. Nobody wants to.
Dude,
fight.
obviously. So what's your streak now? 7 first round.
No,
Second ra- seven finishes?
Yeah, 5 in the first round. This one was a
7
serious
finishes,
fight.
5 in the first. This was a serious fight.
Oh, he says that to everybody.
Yeah, because he says not to have Vaseline in the back because every time he gives a speech and he always finds somebody in the locker room because on UFC policy in locker room there's no Vaseline back there. The only people who have Vaseline are cut men like Stitch or House or Rudy or these guys, you know what I mean? So he always gives a speech. I don't want to see that in the back because every now and then he finds someone with a little tube.
Because they put the Vaseline when you come up.
ever
to the ring.
since Greasegate with GSP and our boy BJ Penn.
They
Remember
were like,
when GSP was greasing?
oh yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah.
They were cheating, obviously. I saw it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So ever since then, they don't allow the corner to have.
Well,
Grease.
because
You know what the original Greasegate was?
what?
Pat Militek and I think it was Shoney Carter. Jeremy Horn just rubbed Vaseline all over his chest and back, but no one really knew how to respond to it. And just went
baby.
down. Dude, I was in the back of your posse just screaming at the top of my lungs, as loud as I could the whole walk. It was
And people
awesome.
were like booing death. And
yeah.
And then,
Some people.
yeah.
I mean, you had a lot of support there too, but Huckabee
Yeah,
had
no.
it. He had
I got more boos and more cheers.
Dude, I heard he sold like 300 tickets.
Huh?
Yeah,
300, 400 tickets.
Wow.
Who did?
Huckabee, he sold, he had months to sell that fight and he had a good camp, and I was surprised at how tough and durable he was.
Yeah, so
Hit
hey,
him with the kitchen sink.
you got in the cage, you did a lap, and then he came out. It was a pretty sick walkout for him too, man.
Yeah, it was.
It was
He had
pretty
the
sick.
belts,
Yeah,
he had the kids.
yeah, he had the
his
kids. He came
family.
out. He had his,
And then of course the people were going nuts, and because normally people are leaving, like half the people have left because they come to see their fight.
Yeah.
Their guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But nobody left.
They came to see.
But everyone stayed.
Not
no
one
left.
person left,
No one,
yeah.
People, and I seen a couple people leaving, and I was like almost wanting to stop them.
They were going down the
'Cause,
back
you
to
know, I'm
smoke a
taking that
joint,
last
and they're
piss.
coming back.
Yeah, but I seen a couple people going out the front, and I was like almost like you guys don't even deserve to get this history because you're just leaving right before it's going down. But
I love using the word epic. I'm gonna use it. Here.
it was
pretty epic, dude.
You're
It was
not
pretty
overusing the word incredible, epic.
So when he gets in the
Unbelievable.
cage, I thought the cage visibly shook when he entered. He was that big.
It was kinda like
265, and he dances around like a lightweight, and this guy just trots around. When you see him in there, how are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Man, I'm thinking this is not going to be as easy as I think to take him down. It's not gonna be easy. So I get the double underhooks, and I'm just holding this guy, and I'm going, man.
Press
I don't
up against
know.
the fence, yeah.
I don't know if I can take
Does
him
he
down.
feel heavy?
So,
the
he feels
mass
super
of his
strong and heavy.
torso.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to get him down, really. I think until he.
But
gets
you were
tired.
pushing him around, man.
So I was using all my muscle pushing him around, and then
He's
you
too
get
strong.
head position, and then we're working on these beaver punches, which is like the front knuckles. Like you
Oh,
almost like
hell yeah.
you're not turning your hips, you're just clawing through.
Little
the guy.
cat scratch
Yeah.
fever, Joseph Benavides style, maybe?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little reminiscent of a little Randy Couture, dirty boxing.
Yeah.
Get
Get
against
him in
the
there.
cage. Nah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it was.
I
a good,
loved it.
It was a good night.
Hey, so then, I mean, it was a scrap going into the first round. He was throwing big shots.
Got
you
on
were,
top, yeah,
you
he-
were aggressive, but when you ran the pipe on that single leg and dumped him, like, what were you thinking? Were you like, holy shit, this is my moment?
I thought, okay, this is gonna be a wrap. And he's so big that when he hit the mat, it was almost like a tree or something falling in the woods, and it was like boom, and
Yeah.
like the earthquake almost
Shook the whole
shook
cage,
the ground.
yeah.
I was like trying to get my bearing before I could like try to stabilize the position.
Yeah.
And by that time, this dude's all over getting up, and
Yeah.
so it was.
Dude, he could scramble,
Yeah,
man. He had some explosive.
I kind of underestimated his ability to
The speed.
navigate the stand-ups and just the
Yeah.
whole deal. So it was great. I was glad to have had the. fall
Did he
as hard
mount
as
you
he
at
did.
one time?
He never had mount, but he had like a really good position where I was like doubled upside down.
Yeah, he was on top
Bad.
throwing bombs at you.
Yeah, I think in the second round, right? Like
I don't know, I
he
didn't
almost
wa-
mount, yeah.
I
I didn't get to
remember.
watch it.
Oh, he was.
I missed it.
It's
dude.
unreal.
It should be hitting. It should be hitting pretty soon. Competitive sports.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, it should be coming out soon. Maybe we should have some kind of release party with all our guys or something.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Watch
we
the
had
fights, but
8
'cause
guys
it was-
on there.
Yeah.
But okay, so going into the second round, I mean, it was a scrap. He got on top. He was throwing bombs. You guys went to war on the feet too. You dotted him up on the feet. You hit him with a Superman punch. You threw spinning back fists. I mean,
Yeah.
you look great in there. Round 2, you get him down again. This time you mount him. What were you thinking when you had him mounted? You thinking this is done?
Yeah, I'm just thinking he's tired, but I was also like getting, the clock is almost your enemy at that point.
Yeah.
Because when it ends, then you got to start again standing.
Exactly,
Right?
yeah.
You got to go to the third round, and I was really tired, so I was like really trying to get something off, but he's big, so really it's all about. He almost got out, and I managed to lock onto his back, and that's really kind of the critical
Yeah, he
moment.
exploded hard, and
Yeah,
you ended up
and I
taking
was
his
like
back.
off and like not like it doesn't fall off, but
Yeah.
then I was able.
I thought you
to-
might have been going for his arm, and then you just sunk and got the back.
He's so big.
Yeah,
and
I don't know,
yeah,
that's not a good
and
idea.
I'm not really, maybe a leg if you really, got the Paul Harris on him, but
Yeah.
I think it had to be a choke, So,
Yeah, and you had called a rear naked choke in round 1 going
yeah,
into the fight.
Yeah, and one of my
Front
fans
choke,
called
right?
it- Yeah, or I was saying,
Or
I
front-
did
Front
try
choke.
to hit that front.
I
naked.
seen that, man. That was
I was trying to-
That's
incredible.
my go-to move too, man.
Yeah,
I
like that.
love the French choke.
And it just puts pressure on him too. Even if you don't get it, it's kind of grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then you took his back, and then you were
Yeah, I
like,
took his
okay.
back.
Once you had his back, you're like, okay,
yeah, I felt pretty.
This is the
comfortable
end
there
for
that
this
he's
guy.
not gonna be able to get out of there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't try to panic, or you didn't feel no weight or anything?
No, once I got his back, I think it was almost like.
The lion kill, bro.
Yeah, it was almost like like he almost gave up and it was a wrap.
He's like, all right, go ahead, tap me.
Yeah,
You got
real,
me.
and he hung out there. He tried not to tap right away, but it'd be interesting to see. You think these guys maybe they go to sleep, but they usually it's hard to go to
Yeah.
sleep. I guess I don't know.
Well, yeah. I
That's
mean,
not
here's the
harder.
thing with going to sleep. Like people say, oh, go to sleep like a man or whatever the fuck is. What happens is you go to sleep and you don't know if you shit or piss yourself after you
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
sleep, and then someone has to wake you up.
And
so
I got it.
there's what you're doing. You can tap out and stand up and shake your opponent's hand and say, you got me in a rear naked choke. Or you could risk somehow magically escaping when you're done, going out and shooting yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not much of a choice if you ask me, you know?
That's, as Mark Lamy used to say, don't end up in the trunk.
Yeah. Once you're in there, it's kind of a wrap.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up in the trunk.
Yeah,
You're fucked.
God knows what they're going to do to you, as Boss Rudin says. God knows. Once you're out, you know?
This is what they need to do. Have
Pedro.
it as not like I don't think like the dual meet situation will work. You know, you go to college, you go wrestle. You know,
You're talking team versus team.
team versus team.
You wanted to move to team versus team in UFC.
No, I don't. This is the way that this is the way it can work in the UFC. Team.
Oh,
versus
you have told me this. This is a good idea.
Yeah, team versus team doesn't work because you guys fall out and then different things like it doesn't work. But what you do is you have a year-long scoring system, and every time you fight, you score points for your team. So if you fight, you know, and you take like the top 10 scores on that fight. So if one guy fights 3 times that year, and he has all knockouts, he's going to score more points. And you have a scoring system and on it. It's like if you knock him out, you score maybe 6 points for your team.
Yeah.
If it's a decision, you score 3 points for a team.
Yeah.
And if it's a title fight, if you happen to have the title, well, that's a bonus extra 3 points or something.
Yeah.
And then you just tally all the points up. And then at the end of the year, you know, maybe whenever you decide the end of the year is, so say if it's like their, you know, the New Year show or the 4th of July show, whatever it is, then that's when they crown the team champion.
Dude, that's dope.
That's the way you need to do it.
That's dope. Someone needs to make that website and do the rankings already.
That's I said it first.
Oh, you patenting that?
I'm patenting that's right here. That's my intellectual property right
All
there.
right, yeah,
that's my property.
Yep.
So if they take that, they're gonna have to
Give you a
deal
blowy.
with my lawyers.
Yeah.
That's who you're gonna have to deal with.
Team of legal assassins.
Exactly.